The world's most iconic motorcycle brand is on the brink of total collapse. Dealerships have thousands of unsold bikes piling up, not a buyer in sight. Securing financing is harder than ever, and prices are falling quicker than a rookie on a wet curve. So what's going wrong? What's happened to Harley Davidson while other brands are thriving? Most importantly, what does this mean for you? Let's find out. Harley Davidson's market share has been steadily shrinking over the past 2 decades. In 2006, the company controlled about 50% of the US heavyweight motorcycle market. However, by 2020, its market share had dropped to around 40%, and recent reports suggest that it's declined even further. In the global motorcycle market, Harley Davidson's presence has become even weaker, especially in emerging economies where brands like Honda, Yamaha, and BMW have gained traction. One of the biggest indicators of Harley Davidson's declining market share is its falling motorcycle sales. In 2006, Harley Davidson sold over 300,000 motorcycles worldwide. By 2020, that number had dropped to just over 100,000. This sharp decline in sales has been driven by several key factors, including changing demographics, economic challenges, and strategic mistakes. An aging customer base and struggles with younger riders. One of the biggest problems for Harley Davidson is its aging customer base. For decades, the company relied on baby boomers who loved the brand's big, powerful motorcycles and rebellious image. However, as these riders grow older and retire from motorcycling, Harley Davidson has struggled to replace them with younger customers. Millennials and Generation X have different preferences when it comes to motorcycles. Many young riders prefer smaller, more affordable, and fuel-efficient bikes. They also look for modern technology, connectivity features, and environmental sustainability, areas where Harley Davidson has been slow to innovate. As a result, younger buyers have turned to brands like Honda, Yamaha, and KTM, which offer a wider range of options at more affordable prices. And it's not just a generational shift. Even those who still love the brand are finding it harder to justify the price. High prices and affordability issues. Harley Davidson motorcycles are expensive. The average price of a new Harley Davidson bike ranges between $15,000 and $30,000, making it a luxury purchase. In contrast, brands like Honda and Yamaha offer motorcycles for as little as $5,000 to $10,000. With rising inflation and economic uncertainty, fewer people are willing to spend a premium on a Harley Davidson motorcycle. The company has attempted to introduce more affordable models such as the Harley Davidson Street 500 and Street 750. However, these bikes failed to gain traction in the market as they lacked the traditional Harley Davidson appeal while still being more expensive than competitors' entry-level motorcycles. Increased competition from foreign brands. Harley Davidson's dominance in the heavyweight motorcycle segment is being threatened by international brands. Companies like BMW, Ducati, and Triumph have introduced modern, stylish motorcycles that offer better performance, technology, and reliability. Meanwhile, Japanese manufacturers such as Honda, Yamaha, and Kawasaki continue to dominate the entry-level and mid-size motorcycle segments. One of the biggest competitive threats comes from Indian Motorcycle, a brand owned by Polaris Industries. Indian has aggressively expanded its lineup and positioned itself as a direct competitor to Harley Davidson. With stylish designs, advanced technology, and competitive pricing, Indian has managed to steal customers away from Harley Davidson, further eroding its market share. Dependence on the US market and struggles in international markets. Harley Davidson relies heavily on the US market for its sales. In 2021, about 65% of its revenue came from the United States. This over-reliance on a single market makes the company vulnerable to economic downturns and shifts in consumer demand. When the US economy struggles, Harley Davidson's sales suffer. Meanwhile, the company has failed to make a significant impact in international markets. In Asia, where motorcycle demand is growing rapidly, Harley Davidson has struggled due to its high prices and lack of small displacement motorcycles. While brands like Honda and Royal Enfield have successfully captured emerging markets, Harley Davidson has been unable to compete effectively. The electric motorcycle struggle. As the motorcycle industry moves towards electrification, Harley Davidson has been slow to adapt. In 2019, the company introduced its first electric motorcycle, the Livewire. While the bike received positive reviews for its performance and technology, it was priced at nearly $30,000, far more expensive than other electric motorcycles on the market. Livewire failed to attract a significant number of buyers, and Harley Davidson eventually spun off the Livewire brand into a separate company. This misstep hurt Harley Davidson's credibility in the electric motorcycle market, allowing competitors like Zero Motorcycles and Energica to gain an advantage. Poor strategic decisions and brand identity issues. Harley Davidson has made several strategic mistakes that have hurt its market position. The company has struggled to balance tradition and innovation, often alienating both older and younger customers. When Harley Davidson attempts to modernize, it risks losing its loyal customer base. When it focuses too much on tradition, it fails to attract new riders. For example, the company discontinued its popular Sportster line in some markets due to emissions regulations, replacing it with the more expensive Sportster S. This decision angered many loyal fans who saw the original Sportster as an affordable entry into the Harley Davidson brand. Additionally, Harley Davidson's frequent changes in leadership and business strategies have created uncertainty. The company has introduced multiple turnaround plans over the years, but none have resulted in sustained growth. Declining dealer network and customer experience issues. Harley Davidson's dealership network has been shrinking, further hurting its sales. In 2025, several Harley Davidson dealerships have announced closures due to declining revenue. This is a major issue, as a strong dealership network is crucial for customer support, service, and brand loyalty. Customers have also complained about Harley Davidson's high maintenance costs and inconsistent customer service. Many riders feel that the company focuses more on selling motorcycles than on providing a great ownership experience. The problem with electric motorcycles. Electric motorcycles were once seen as the future of two-wheeled transportation, but their journey has been more difficult than expected. While they offer exciting new technology, they also face big challenges that are slowing down their success. One of the biggest problems with electric motorcycles is their cost. They are much more expensive than many people can afford. For example, the Harley Davidson Livewire 1 costs around $22,000, and Zero Motorcycles high-end models are about $20,000. These prices are similar to top-level gas-powered motorcycles, making it hard for many riders to see why they should switch to electric. Another major issue is how far electric motorcycles can travel before needing a recharge. Many riders love long road trips, but electric motorcycles don't go as far as gas-powered ones. On top of that, refueling a gas bike takes about a few minutes, while recharging an electric motorcycle can take hours. There's also not enough charging stations, making it difficult for riders to plan long trips. Many people are also unsure about how long electric motorcycle batteries will last, how much it will cost to replace them, and whether these bikes will hold their value. These concerns make people hesitate to invest in electric motorcycles as they worry about long-term costs and risks. Because of these challenges, electric motorcycle companies are struggling to sell their bikes. Many dealerships have too many unsold motorcycles, and some manufacturers have been forced to reduce production. Even government incentives and tax breaks haven't been enough to convince most people to make the switch. So, what needs to change? For electric motorcycles to become more popular, several things must improve. First, better batteries. Manufacturers need to create batteries that last longer, charge faster, and are more durable. Right now, many riders feel that electric motorcycles are still not reliable enough for everyday use. Second, lower prices. More affordable electric motorcycles would attract a larger audience. If manufacturers make cheaper entry-level models, more people might be willing to try them. Third, more charging stations. A stronger charging network is necessary for electric motorcycles to be practical. Charging stations need to be easily available, both in cities and on highways, so that riders don't worry about running out of power. Right now, the electric motorcycle industry is at an important turning point. While the technology has great potential, manufacturers need to make major improvements to win over skeptical buyers. If they can fix issues like high prices, range limitations, and charging infrastructure, electric motorcycles could become a major part of the transportation world. However, if these challenges aren't solved, electric motorcycles might remain a small niche rather than becoming the revolution many had hoped for. The next few years will determine whether they can truly take over the market or if they will struggle to find their place. Harley Davidson still has a strong legacy and a loyal fan base, but is it enough to survive? The next few years will be crucial, and the company must adapt or risk becoming a relic of the past. With the motorcycle market in a sharp decline, many riders are questioning whether now is the right time to buy, sell, or hold off. The best choice depends on your financial situation and how the market shifts in the coming months. If you're looking to buy, this could be the perfect moment to take advantage of deep discounts. Dealerships are slashing prices, offering low-interest financing, and throwing in extra incentives just to clear out the inventory. However, if you can wait another 6 to 12 months, prices may drop even further, potentially saving you even more. If you're considering selling, now is the time to act. The used motorcycle market is becoming oversaturated, and as repossessions increase, trade-in values are rapidly declining. Holding onto your bike for too long could mean getting far less for it than you would today. If you're undecided, waiting might be the safest bet. Dealerships are struggling with unsold stock and manufacturers are cutting production to stabilize the market. Letting the situation settle could position you for the best deal when the dust finally clears. The 2025 Harley Davidson motorcycle market crash is unfolding, but with careful planning, you could turn it to your advantage. Do you think Harley can make a comeback, or is the brand doomed? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think.